7 power rankings with me, TCP, and me, future TCP, who is doing this after I've done the power rankings originally. We'll see what's going down. And today, we have a lot of stuff to go through. We don't actually have that much stuff to go through. We have the same amount of stuff that we usually go through. But I'm pretty sure he's about to say that right now. Or just like the regular power rankings to go through. Yeah. Just first things first. At number 14, I have here Shadow. Shadow still only has 1 win. Yeah, he's been here for a while. You've had him at number 13. There's not much to say about him other than the fact that he does actually have a important role in deciding some of the playoff positions. Yeah, simply because he does battle me and Malone. So between him and Malone, that doesn't matter too much for playoffs in particular. But versus me, he does have an opportunity to potentially change how the outcomes of playoffs could go for who gets in. And that's why past TCP is dumb and future TCP is smart. Because I put Shadow above Malone this time. I'm wiping my nose even though I was making fun of me earlier for wiping my nose. I don't know, my nose is a bit itchy now. Even in the future. Can't get past nose itch. So, I have Shadow above Malone because the essence of power rankings, the meaning behind it, is things that are powerful. The fact that Shadow can influence playoffs is powerful. The fact that Malone cannot is not powerful. That's why Shadow's above Malone. Moving on at number 13, we have Malone here. Who should be number 14. Malone here has been on a what now? 7-game losing streak. Let me check real quick. It's 6. Something. He's on 7 because not that great. It has you're doing this video late. 6-game losing streak. Yeah. So I think that's the largest losing streak so far right now in the league. And that's not very great. No, it isn't. It definitely isn't. Shadow definitely had a longer losing streak before he won his 1 game. Come on, TCP. This is like easy facts. I think Malone gets to that point where his motivation might be a little bit shot once he realizes that he's not making playoffs. And hopefully, once we get back around to the consolation bracket, he'll start showing what he was showing before last season, where he definitely does have the ability to make good prep. And his plays are like his top tier stuff. So like I need to go to busy mode because I'm getting notifications about very unprofessional. Why aren't you in streamer mode? Shouldn't this happen like automatically when you start recording? Come on, TCP. Whatever is going down in Discord. So moving on, at number 12, we have Static, and we actually have GCS here. The reason why we have GCS here, because I'm an idiot, and I didn't realize that GCS actually has a worse differential than Static. And something that I'll realize later is that GCS doesn't have. He has a little bit of impact. He does have to fight Fish, which is something that he'll probably take seriously. But I don't see him taking or making the effort to go in the playoffs. I think he's just going to go with more of a fun situation for these last few weeks. Whereas Static could go more serious just because he wants to get better. I mean, everyone wants to get better, but you know. I think just Static should be rated higher simply because of differential and the fact that I mean GCS, he's in it for the fun. There's no downside to that. It's just less powerful when you're looking for the fun. It's super serious. This is ASL. No fun allowed. He is currently one of the 4 and 7 coaches right now. And the reason why I have Static the lowest of them all is that Static right now, he doesn't have a he's I thought that potentially earlier last time I did this that he could be the one who potentially wins out or one of the people who has a good possibility of winning out. But now that he is 4-7 and he has not the greatest differential. It would take so much like miracles for him to get into playoffs that it's just not going to happen. So I have him here at 12. GCS is at 11. He's here for a similar reason, but there's a few 4-7 coaches right now, and I'll just list them off right now. It's Static, GCS, Ian, and Ferret. And GCS this week, his loss was kind of huge. It was kind of a meme battle. I don't think Milan slash GCS is really focusing on what's it called? Focusing on trying to get the playoffs. Right now, I think he just wants to have fun. And that's something that's admirable at the end of the season to do. But I I think that if he really wanted a shot for playoffs, even though it was fun to build his team and there was a lot of memes there and there was a lot of weird statusy hacks going around there that was pretty fun to watch. I don't think his goal right now is for making playoffs. And his differential is definitely better than Statics, I believe. It is, let me check right now. Minus 14. Okay, so his differential is worse than Statics. So that's a reason to put him at 12. I probably should have done that. But, yeah. He, I think, is out of playoffs, but in the potential future for the constellation bracket, um, he's definitely a threat. Considering that when he's in a season, he has made playoffs both times. He's definitely one of those high caliber coaches at all times. He's makes good plays. He makes good reads. He makes good prep. And that same thing can be said about pretty much every coach in this league. Come on, TCP. Stop sucking GCS's dick. So, for Constellation Bracket coming up, he's definitely going to be a contender to win it all. Moving on, at number 10, we have Ian here. And the difference between Ian and Ferret right now is it really comes down to two things. Who they're battling in the future and who they are and their differential. And both Ian and Static or Ian and Ferret have to do the same thing, where they have to win out and they have to hope that two of the um six or yeah, the 6 and 4 people or 6 and 5 people lose out. That's what they're hoping for. And both of them have a shot at achieving that, as Ferret has to fight Bash and Ian has to fight uh shit. Blanking
Ian
here.
has to fight
TJ? Yeah, Ian
Yeah,
has
there
to
you
fight
go.
TJ. But right now, the deciding factor would probably be their differential. As Ferret, this whole season, his wins have been really huge wins. I believe he had his second 6-0 this week, and that makes his differential just so much better than anyone I would expect at 4-7. Now he still does have to win out, and between the two, Ian probably has more of a history of being able to do that. But they're both fighting for their lives, and right now I'm looking at their differential. Moving on and that's why I personally, the future and smarter and more pretty TCP, um, put put Ian above Ferret. Not only does he have to fight who I would say is the weaker um, of the two playoff positions, 6 and 5 teams, he also has to fight um, Malone. And if anyone's going to beat Malone, it's the person who's been coaching him for like 1 million seasons. I mean, no, it was just one season. I'm over exaggerating there. but you get what I mean. Number 8, Brett is here. He is probably the closest to being in the playoffs. He is the 5 and 6 coach. He can win out, and if he wins out and he beats me, that gives him an even better shot at getting into playoffs because he would be 7 and 6, and he would confirm that I would be 7 and 6. Assuming that we won our other matches. So, Brett definitely has the best shot of all these people who are not 6 and 5 right now. But as I said before, he's not 6 and 5, so I have to put the 6 and 5 coaches above him, and that's where I have TJ, me, and we have Bash. And between the 3 of those, it all comes down to our last 2 matches. That's what it all comes down to, just our schedule for our last 2 matches. TJ has to fight both commissioners, Brad and Ian, while Bash has to fight, I believe, he has to fight Fish and blanking on the other one. Brad has to fight Vish, and Brad has to fight. Wait, what am I talking about? Wait, go back there. We're rewinding. Fight. I believe he has to fight Fish, and Oh wait, no, I'm not talking about Brad. I'm talking about Bash. What am I doing? No, Bash has to fight Cody, and Bash has to fight. Oh shit. Um. Future TCP? No, there's probably not one there. Maybe. I don't know. Blanking on the other one. But it's Vision's. Let me check right now. You're checking now? I'll check too. Let's see here. Muse. Philadelphia Flag. Oh, yeah, Ferret.
Muse. London Lapras.
I talked about this.
Wait, did he have to fight Fish?
Yeah, no, he doesn't have to fight Fish. It's
this week.
Cody and Ferret.
That was pretty impressive.
He has to fight. I already said it. It was Ferret and Cody. Yeah, we're both dumb. Between the two, how do I make this mistake like Shadow 5 times? Shadow and you think that one of me in the time zone would, or like timeline, would figure this out by now? Shadow and wait, what is he talking about now? Oh, Brett. I literally just said this. Brett?
But
who fights Brett? Fuck. Why am I forgetting things already? I'm forgetting what I'm supposed to be the smarter one. I'm supposed to be the more memorable one. Who was I talking about? Brett? Who fights Brett? Let's see here. Let's see. I was talking about me. I have to fight Shadow and Brett. What am I doing? How did I forget this? How? Oh my god. I think overall, TJ definitely has to fight one of the top 3 coaches, one of the 9 win coaches. Same thing with Bash. He has to fight one of the 9 win coaches. And I am here having to fight the lowest coach in the league and Brett. While Brett will be fighting for his life, I mean, like, he's no Brad, he's no Cody. I'm just going to say it now. And that's why I have them in the order they do. TJ is at 7, Bash is at 6, and I am at 5. I put Bash above TJ simply because he did beat Fish. And that is a huge win. He's on a huge momentum streak. It's going to be very hard to stop him. And that's why I have him at 6 and me at 5. And 4 is Zombie, because he is, right now he's 8 and 3. Yeah, the other coaches are 9 and 2. There's pretty much no change. Yep, I've agreed with your last 4 picks. You're doing well with TCP for that playoff spot. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Just move on. All 3 of them losing at least one match. And while Zombie can potentially make Vish lose a match because he is fighting him next week, he can't assure that Brad or Cody are going to lose matches. Even though if anyone is going to lose matches, I think it would be Cody put at number 3. And the reason why I think Cody would be the one who could potentially lose a match is simply because in the past, he has shown when he battled Hutch 2 seasons ago, to get into playoffs. That if he's facing a coach that he think could get into playoffs, he will try to. It makes a lot of sense for him to potentially do like a kind of like meme, kind of like not show what the actual sets he wants to bring is, kind of thing. Whereas I think even though Brad has to fight one of those coaches, he has to fight TJ. I don't think Brad was the kind of person to play around, um, with anyone. He won't give anyone a chance, even if he knows that they will be going to playoffs. And that's why I have Brad at number 1. And you see, this is where I'm wrong again. Why am I always wrong? This is literally like 20 minutes after I did this video, but like this is exactly why Vish is behind Cody. That's why I, the smarter future version of TCP, put Vish below Cody. Because not only Vish is fighting against someone who's guaranteed a playoff spot, so if anyone is going to do a meme battle, if anyone's going to not reveal their true prep, it's going to be Vish. And he also fights GCS, Milan. They're like childhood friends. They like will never go easy on each other. That's going to be intense. And like, yeah, it's going to be intense. You can't lose both matches. And Cody, honestly, maybe he might lose one because he memes. Like, he might not lose one. He might meme and still win. That's Cody. I don't know. I have Vish at number 2. Simply because I don't think Brad is playing. Not saying that Vish can't win with memes. I mean, like, just between their history, Cody has been a meme queen. Let's be honest here. Meme queen Cody Supreme. Don't at me around with TJ. They have a history in the past where TJ has beaten him with the cloister, and ever since then, I think Brad has had something out for TJ. Yeah, but we both agree on Brad, making sure that he doesn't lose in that way ever again. For the same reasons. Vish, of course, he does have to fight Zombie. Who else does Vish? Oh yeah, and he also has to fight GCS. Yeah, and that's kind of scary matches for Vish, simply because it won't matter at all for playoffs. But GCS or Milan, him and Vish have a close connection. They have a close rivalry, so they're going to go all out when fighting each other. And I remember that's one of the reasons why I had GCS above Static. But yeah, they are going to go all out when GCS above Static. I mean, they're not getting into playoffs. That's a match that Vish could potentially lose, and he also has to fight. Zombie, and Zombie, if he really wants to make that shot for the top 2 seeds, he will. Why would he do that? His chances are so slim. And Vish could definitely try to do the thing that I predict Cody will do, week 13 against TJ. Of course he would. Like, yeah, painfully obvious. Or no, not against TJ, against Bash. Where he might just go easy just to make sure that his actual prep and creativity doesn't get stifled by their last battle. And that's all for power rankings with me, TCP, and me, future TCP. I hope you had a good time. I did have a good time, and see you next time. See you next time. And warning alert, spoiler alert, in the future, there might be a poll for the greatest duos of power rankings. And I expect to win it, along with my inferior self, past TCP. What a showboat. What a lame-o. I know, right? Yeah. What a lame guy. Bye. Bye.